Hi, maybe here. Okay, we're not wasting any time. We're going to talk about insecurities, self worth, responsibility. We're not playing. We're not. But I hope your week has been going well. It's Monday, and just like how Mondays are, start of new week, dreadful, exciting, depending on how you look at it. Guess which one I'm guess which one I'm looking at. Okay, so let's talk about insecurities, self worth, responsibility. Start with insecurities. Insecurities are things that people have told you to hate, you know, and you have told yourself to hate. Someone has told you, whether it's you or another person, has told you to hate this thing. And it ranges, you know. Insecurities stem from things that you can change, such as, I don't know, what can you change insecurity wise? I think, like, maybe even personality, maybe like your laugh, maybe something like that. Sure, things that are changeable, but things that are still uniquely yours. There are also physical things, like a lot of people have body dysmorphia. They hate how they look. Blah 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 blah. In the previous video, I went more in depth of the security, and the insecurity aspect, and how insecurities, are affected by age. They're also affected by social class, economic. You know, you're insecure by lots of things. People don't like telling people their fears, and you shouldn't tell people your fears and concerns. Actually, that sounds very irresponsible. I would say don't tell just anyone everything. Don't tell everyone everything. That's something I'd want to say. So, even the whole oversharing aspect and that being a pipeline to the major people pleaser, don't do it. Because whoever you call your friend now can easily use that against you. Easily. And there's no understanding or there's no reasoning towards wicked people. And that's the funny thing. Wicked people aren't even insecure about their wickedness. So you shouldn't even, I think of it that way, right? So me personally, I'm someone who doesn't get hate, but I got my first hate comment, and it rubbed me the wrong way, obviously. And it wasn't even like looks or intelligence or all these things, but it was something that I had concerns about. It wasn't from someone close, but it also wasn't from someone like too far off. You know, it didn't come from a stranger, but it didn't come from like a best friend. That kind of thing. It's just um, I put insecurities in different categories. One, the age you're in, and how insecurities are so huge when you're younger, because again, you care so much about what other people think. And some of it still seeps into adulthood, right? There's still so many insecure adults as well, but it definitely wouldn't be on the same scale as like preteens, teens, right? So age. The second is connection with the person. So like I said, in my own case, it wasn't from someone that was close to me. But imagine if this someone said something hurtful to you that was really close to you. It's going to hurt more than someone and a random person on the streets saying the same thing. They say the same thing, but the connection is different. And then the last thing is the subject matter. Are they actually saying? How much do you believe it? If you're deathly insecure about your ears, oh my gosh, I hate my ears, I always have to cover them up, blah 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 blah. Like, if someone mentions those ears, you're going to have a full panic attack and start sobbing. Then we should actually have a discussion about why those ears are such a problem to you. I was, in my own case, why can't I talk? In my own case, I was taken aback and I was angry at the fact that they say something witty and cool afterwards. I just. And I think that was like the only thing, because again, me, I don't take things that people say personally. Well, I try not to. But at the end of the day, I'm still a human being that reacts. sensitive. Um, so yeah, insecurities. If these are things that you can change, change. If it makes you feel better, always by all means change it. If you don't like how you feel, change something surrounding that. You know, if you don't like environment, move. Don't like people, you know what to do. Um, I would say to be vulnerable with someone is a gift, and being vulnerable in this field of life is important. But you also have to have so much discernment and just discernment and just wisdom in who you're telling. Like I said, you don't tell everyone everything. First of all, people don't care. Second of all, people that do care, what scale do they care of? Like, is it someone who is concerned, genuinely wants to help? Someone who wants to be the hero and now instigates? Or someone who is the actual villain that'll take what you say against you? Think of who you're talking to. And even the closest people that you think you can talk to, you don't have to. Because at the end of the day, if something is really petty and you're genuinely just like annoyed, you should just do the same method and talking to yourself. Make a video, write it down, keep it, let it be between you and yourself. Because once you start bringing these things to other people, it just gives them the floor to judge you. Like, let's say you're insecure. Like, let's use dancing for instance. If you're in a dance class and then everyone is picking up the choreo, you're behind. That'll be a huge, figuratively, it's a huge insecurity of mine. I go and tell my dance person. I go and tell my dance person, sorry, my friend who's a dancer in the same class, that same class. Tell her over the break, hey, I just feel kind of bad of not doing this and doing that. She'll be like, oh my gosh, I hear you. When we come back from break, she'll raise her hand. She'll be like, "Hey guys, maybe said that she's actually, she's just struggling and everything, and then she hates how she feels in this class." So you see, intent is there, I guess, but not everyone knows how you feel. So now everybody be walking on eggshells around you, and it's for something petty. It's something that you can pick up in your own time. But you're upset at the fact that you're not getting it that moment. Do you understand? So I'm just like, engage what you're telling people, because that's also my own experience as well. I learn not to tell people things, not because I hate them but truly, what is the problem? And what do I need someone to advise me, or do I just need a listening ear? And low key, high key, if it's just a listening ear you need, you can talk to yourself. That's my own opinion. My own opinion. My own method as well. So, go, but obviously seek professional help when needed. That's insecurity. That's insecurity. No, I'm kidding. But that kind of summarizes what I did mention about insecurity. So I would say, like, everything is your mind, and what you feed it affects you. If you tell yourself you're ugly every day, oh my gosh, I look so ugly, I look so ugly, then you're going to be ugly. Like, no one is going to tell you that you're beautiful if that's what you think. Do you understand? Like if you don't think you're beautiful, no one will think you're beautiful, really. Or rather, you won't believe it when people actually tell you you're beautiful. Do you understand? So think of it this way: is it a lie? Is it really a lie? Is it really the truth? Rather, sorry, this insecurity, is it really the truth, like the objective truth, or is it just a lie that you believe in? Wisdom, you know, that's that. So, in terms of understanding that, it kind of leads into self worth and how well and how much or how highly you think of yourself, self worth. If you believe that you're worthless, you are going to be worthless. If you believe you make no addition to the team, you're not going to make any addition to the team. And self-worth, I don't know. How would I describe it? I mean, like, self-worth is a bit tricky, as I'm literally reading it straight directly. Your self-worth isn't measured on a scale, but by social economic factors that shape how you view it. Self-worth, how you see yourself in comparison to other people. People's appearance, net worth, financials, connections with other people, career, put ability under like professional ability, and also like your ability to do a task efficiently, and ability as well, like physical ability, and then grades, self-worth. So again, these are things in connections with other people. If someone gets a 70 out of 100, an average score, above average actually, above average score, but in a classroom where everyone is getting 100 and you're getting 70, that's concerning. In a class where everyone is getting 20, you're getting 70. Impressive. So you see, your self-worth is measured in the scale, in the environment you're in. Behave according to your values and create a life of meaning and purpose. Yeah. At this point. And then I didn't really have much to say about self-worth, but again, it is really something that's in connection with another thing. So you're still always going to be comparing it wherever you are, but also have a high self-worth in all aspects of your life. And the parts where are low, let's say social skills are low, and that's something you find genuinely, exhausting. Let's think, how do we navigate that? And we also have to think of if it's something that you really want to change as well, because as I said before, wicked people, they're not really insecure. They're okay being evil and wicked. So anyway, let's see. Oh, anyway, I'll talk about that one at the end. Responsibility is something that I'm just like, this one I don't even need notes. Responsibility is basically your name on this thing, your name on this task, your name on this child. You give birth to a child, that is your responsibility until they grow up. And even so, you're still responsible, I would hope, to some degree. Next of kin, blah, blah, blah. A reference when this person does this. I would say responsibility is really irritating. Being responsible for something, being responsible for yourself, it takes a lot. Oh my gosh. To make sure you're all right. The way that a lot of college students genuinely forget to eat is so concerning. Due to stress, you're just like, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten today. Meanwhile, it's night. And this is something that has happened to a lot of people. Honestly, if you say that hasn't happened to you, I'll actually think you're a liar. But a lot of adults face that. Because what? You're concerned by other tasks. And eating, that's a whole process, Responsibility also depends on context, just like self-worth is. In a class, everybody's getting 100%. You're getting 70. I usually 70. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, I got 100. You now feel bad that you got the 70. You still pass, but like, why didn't I get 100? My responsibility, I didn't study. That's why. Versus physics class. Everybody's getting 20, 30, 40 over 50, over 100. 20 to 50 over 100. People are barely passing. Next thing you know, you look towards the teacher, you're like, hey, what's going on? Your students failed. So you see, the responsibility is on that teacher because it's their job to lead their students. And it doesn't make sense that the whole class will have terrible grades. Like no one followed, you know? Do you understand? That kind of thing. So when your name is on something, it depends on the context, you know? As if I said something so profound. But I would say to be a responsible person, you have to care about it. Care is a foundation of it. Shade or no shade. I danced in a group and the chemistry was off because the person who was in charge didn't have their heart into it. And it's not that group, if you're thinking about that group. Person didn't have heart into it. Therefore, the team didn't have any chemistry. And then you now think of it as like, oh, okay. So now how do we fix things? How? You make the conscious effort to be your own person. And you have to be a rock. I would literally say you have to build that foundation in yourself. To say this needs to get done at this time. You have to gentle parent yourself, even. No, you can't go outside until this is done. I didn't do any Halloween weekend parties or festivities or anything. Me, I was working on this project, on this film. You know? And in my own head, I was like, okay, cool, fine. This is the first time I'm doing this project and the position that I'm in. And also, my own concerns was like, okay, this is the first time I'm working on something. How well am I going to do everything? And it wasn't because of a reputation, but it's just my own personal goals for myself, my own responsibility to myself to do good in wherever I'm in. And things are trial and error. I hate it when people sell a fake life of like, oh, people that just magically get good overnight. I hate stories like that. Low-key, One Punch Man actually pissed me off. If One Punch Man was actually meant to teach something, is that inconsistency is key, I guess. But low-key, he did do all those exercises, and then all his hair fell out. Anyway, I'm just going off track. But what I'm saying is that putting your name down on something, you have to really care about it if you want it to go well. You can half-ass whatever it is that you're given, and you can be okay with the results, honestly. For me, I have to make sure that what I'm doing it well. And it's based off of ability, it's based off of my heart, it's based off of my mind. And I hate the fact that if my heart isn't into it, or if my heart isn't into it, my mind won't be into it either. I traveled abroad this summer. Mind you, there are barely any videos or evidence of that on backing that statement. Sorry. But I traveled this summer, 2025, and it was a huge thing. Huge. Because again, it's the first time I'm doing anything like that. Even being able to pay for all that. I worked to get the reality I wanted. And you see, I wasn't telling people my plans. I wasn't saying, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm actually scared that I'm not going to make it or anything. Don't tell people these kind of things, And once I was able to achieve it, it was me. My own name on those certificates for studying abroad. Me. It's fulfilling. So please do the things you're interested in. And if there's any necessary thing that you have to do, your actual responsibility to do, think of it in an earnest way and think of how well you feel after it's done well. Because, oh my gosh, this also reminds me of something. Back when I was a child, if you didn't like sweep or mop properly, if you didn't sweep or mop the house properly, they will literally call you to do it again. And they will stand next to you and watch you do it again. The hyper surveillance and all these things. So, and then I had to do it like, what, 2 or 3 extra times. So, like, it was crazy. But that moment, I was like, yeah, this is never repeating itself. I hate the fact that I have to spend more time sweeping and mopping than I could have done the first time. Life lesson, you know? But I think of it that way with other things. I want to think of it that way with other things. Because there are genuinely a lot of things I don't care about. All shade needed. But I need to do well in it. Because my name has to be associated with greatness. It just has to be. You know, let it be like, okay, whatever I'm putting my mind to, I'm putting my mind to it. And I'm making sure that I'm doing it well. Let it be my own personal goal. But I think that's it, really, on my own thoughts. So yeah, responsibility, just as I've mentioned, it has your name on it. And it depends on how you want your name to be associated with, you know? But also having the responsibility of a lot of things at once. Meanwhile, I'm just seeing my notes again. Having the responsibility of lots of things at once causes stress, exhaustion, and they even say the higher risk of depression. You know, what starts as empowerment can quickly feel like abandonment. You'll be so proud of this accomplishment that you've made for yourself. It's now time to actually fulfill and actually live in it, plus other tasks added to it. Struggling. It's crazy. So part of something I'd also say again is like knowing your limits and understanding your boundaries. Be saying no often, but not too often. But just be saying no when you can. Because I'm telling you an honest fact. If you don't say no to something, you have to do opportunity cost. Business. You have to know what you're missing out in relation to what you're getting. Like me now, I missed out on partying, having fun this weekend so I can get my film and other school responsibilities done. But you see, the party and everything is always there. Even though it's not going to be Halloween weekend again, but the party and everything, hanging out with friends, is always there. So now, instead of me feeding into the dopamine immediately, you have now done, oh my gosh, the word is literally at the tip of my tongue, delayed gratification. So now this week, I'm going to thug it out one last time, and God willing, I'm able to enjoy myself at the end of the week. You see? So yeah. So just to summarize everything, and I'm actually making good time, and I'm actually proud with this take. Insecurities are shaped from external factors or even just internal factors, things that people tell you or what you tell yourself that are negative about you. And then it's really something that you can either live with your insecurities and just like accept them. All the insecurities I've had when I was a teenager, like, I can tell you, none of that is bothering me right now. Really. I'm now going through other adult insecurities as well. That's way different. You know? Insecurities and how you react to it depends on three things again. What is being said exactly? Who is saying it? And at what point and what timeline are you hearing this news? Insecurities are not the truth. And what you think about these insecurities are not the truth. Whatever it is your mind telling yourself, making it a bigger thing than it actually is. And I can't tell you not to have any insecurities, because even that's so counterproductive. As me and myself, I have insecurities myself. But what it is that you shouldn't share your insecurities with people. Correction. You shouldn't share your insecurities with anybody. That's literally the same thing. You shouldn't share your insecurities with anyone. And I mean anyone in the sense of any literal person available. I'm not saying don't share your insecurities at all to anyone. I'm just saying to any one person who's available to listen. Because you don't know how they'll take it. And sometimes, even though it's like advice and everything, you just want a listening ear. You low-key want them to talk. But at the same time, when they now talk, you're like, I don't want to hear all this. So that's why you should stop talking to people if that's how you continuously feel. So that's why I honestly just talk to myself. Because again, if it's something petty, I can just be like, yeah, that person was tripping and go about my day. But now by telling other people, it's now like, okay, this is something that has disturbed me, and it now makes it real, you know? But please reach out if there's anything you're struggling with. Please. Please. The next thing is self-worth. If you have high self-worth, nothing can really shake it, honestly. But self-worth is in connection with other factors and other people. But at least by yourself, it should be a good 99% out of 100 or 100 out of 100. But I always feel there can be an extra space. And then the last thing is responsibility. You don't need to be responsible to force too many things at once. Pace yourself. Please. And responsibility is also really tricky because sometimes it's not even you putting the thing on yourself. It's literally just like systemic responsibility as a woman to do better than your male peers, as a person of color to do better than your white peers. All that systemic. And also institutional as well. You're enrolled in school, so you better not fail. It's your responsibility not to fail. Why is my voice now like acting up? It's your responsibility to do well in school. If not, they're going to make you repeat the class, or you just get an F. There are also personal responsibilities of like, I have to exercise, I have to diet well, because I need to stay healthy, live long, blah, 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 personal goal, responsibility. Or I have a responsibility as a parent to take care of my child, make sure they're upstanding citizens and everything. Because again, this kind of thing is manifest from the home. And low-key, by showing me your character, it shows a lot. Anyway, all shade. That's it for me. I hope you had a great weekend. It's really, really late now. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to take a nice long shower, reflect on the day, see how I was meant to replay the incident over and over and see how I was meant to reply. I'm kidding, I'm over it. But just take a shower, eat well, and prepare for a new day. Okay. Love you. Bye.